Hello, hello. Thank you for joining Kava Ministries. Happy Saturday to everyone. We are so glad you're joining us. We are live today on YouTube, on our YouTube channel, and on our Facebook. Today is our another wonderful series, part of our Voices of Our Fathers. And today we are talking with Arrdon Wright. He's one of our wonderful fathers in this series. I'm going to let Arrdon introduce himself, and then we'll get started, and then we'll tell you the big surprise at the end of the broadcast. Arrdon is a very special young man, and we are so excited that he is with us today. Yay! Yay, yay, yay. As I said, happy Saturday to everyone. I know everyone is out there getting ready and hustling and bustling, getting ready for Thanksgiving dinner and guests and all those things. And those are wonderful, but also take time out. Let someone know that Kava Ministries and Voices of Our Fathers is on, and join us. Join us. Join us. This platform is designed to open discussions and hopefully make some thoughts happen. So again, this is Arrdon Wright. He's joining us today. And Arrdon, I'm going to let you introduce yourself, and we'll go from there.
How you doing,
Ta-da.
everybody? My name is Arrdon. I'm 39 years old. I have two kids, single father, and I'm ready to get started.
All right, ready to get started. Man, a few words. Man, a few words. So, Arrdon, I heard you say that you are a father of two children. If you want to give their names, that's fine. If you don't want to, you don't have to. You can just give their ages.
Yeah, my kids are 16 and 9.
16 and 9. Wonderful. And if anybody wants to, they can join our live chat. You can leave your comments. Um, Go on our live chat, leave comments, make comments. We'll try to read them all. 16 and 9. That's a good age. It's an unusual, it's a weird age for some kids because they can drive you a little crazy, right?
Right.
But and I heard you say that you were a single father. That's a lot of responsibility, and that's awesome. So, Arrdon, I have a question for you, being a single father. If you could talk to your younger self or yourself now from a different age point, what would you tell yourself about fatherhood?
If I could talk to myself at a younger age, I would say it's not bad being a father, but you gotta before you once you become a father, you gotta understand what comes with being a father. It just isn't changing the diaper. It just isn't talking to your kids. It's teaching them about life. Everyday life. Um, there's no book or script on how to be a father. You just learn as you learn as the kid learn, you learn. So it's like both of y'all. It's like you're learning about your kid, and your kid's learning about you. So
Okay.
and that's the part where it can become a bumpy road because sometimes you realize your kid have your tendencies, and it's someone like you. So now you see in yourself through your kid. So it's like, wow, was I like that as a kid, or some things that you went through as a kid, you see in it now. So
Mhm. Yep, that's always our children sometimes are our reflection in the mirror. Yes. So, Arrdon, who influenced you um, in your life as a father, role models? What individuals? Your father, uncles, anybody in your life influence you?
uncles, my uncles they were big. My brothers, I mean my brother, my uncles, they taught me a lot. My dad, as I got older, we did get closer, and I learned a lot from him. But my young years, my high school years, it was more my brother and my uncles that really had an impact on my life and what I did, and the choices that I made, and the things that I, you know, could have done, but I didn't do. The things that I did do that I learned from. So it was like they gave me, it's like they made it clear, wasn't no sugarcoating or baby, and then they made straight to the punch. If you do this, this is gonna be the outcome. So with that being said, a lot of they a lot of their strong um dreams that they have, I took on some of that stuff that they have. So
Mm-hmm. Okay. So some
I
of
mean, traits.
their
Some of the traits
traits.
they, yeah, yep, the strong
Mhm.
traits they have.
Okay. So do you think that the role of fatherhood is better now than it was when you were growing up, or do you think there's a difference?
It's a difference now because now, being a father now is with the way the world is you're fighting against. You should teach your kids the right way, but then you gotta fight against the world because the world's telling your kids no, do this, do that. And you got more parents trying to be friends instead of parents. So you have to when it comes to teaching your kids or teaching them the right way, you have to split the two different. We've got the bad and the good. You gotta tell them like this is what you don't do. Yeah, you sit on TV and your friends do it, but this is not the way to do it. And you show them the right way to do it. The
Mm-hmm.
best way you can. And even I'm still a father. I mean, like even though I'm a father, like I'm still learning. I don't know everything. I don't have every answer, but I can find a way. Or if I do know it, I answer to my best ability to where they understand. I try not to go over their head with what explain stuff to them. Like my daughter, she's 16. I can talk to her like an adult, so she'll get it. My son, I gotta kind of break it down to him a little bit more just so you can understand.
Mm-hmm. Have you realized that there's a big difference in raising a son versus a daughter?
Yeah, I mean, even back then, like I felt like it was easier, you know, back then teaching your kids things back then. When I was a little kid, because I mean, as a kid back then, we were little. We went outside, we did things, so we really kind of learned from our parents and our friends. Like we learned how to share, like we learned how to communicate, friendship. We built friendships, through that, and that helped us out as kids more to be able to. If we were going through things to be able to express our like be able to talk to our friends and our parents about things. Like
Mm-hmm.
now, the kids they don't really go outside. They don't really do much. They don't have nobody to talk to.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
Mm-hmm.
and but yeah, it's different between a son and my son and my daughter. Raising them was different. Like my son, he's more adventurous. He a little more stubborn. He a little bit more challenging. But that but I expect that. But my daughter, she was a little more nurturing. So I can talk things to her. I can talk more with her and she'll understand it.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So and like my son is like I can tell him things straight to the point. He'll get it. My daughter, I kind of had to soften it up just so I wouldn't hurt her feelings or make her feel like that she's not who she is. So and then my daughter, I gotta build confidence. My son, I gotta build confidence too. But it's a difference between building your son's confidence and your daughter's confidence. It's a difference.
Okay. So talk about the difference.
With girls, um, I wouldn't say you gotta handle with kid gloves, but you gotta, continue to compliment them, let them know, who they are because, um, you know, women are in general they get so many people down on them and telling them what they ain't gonna do, what they can't. They ugly or you look like this or you gotta look a certain way to do, like that, and you don't have to look a certain way. Like what what a what will attract to you is not just looks, it'll be personality, but things you have going for yourself, stuff like that. So, but when it comes to a boy, it's more like the confidence is more. It's more like it's confidence, but it's not to that level. It's more so um being able to for him to interact with other kids.
Mm-hmm.
You
Mm-hmm.
know, you know how boys are. Like boys, boys can be kind of tough and mean. They can be mean. I mean, women. I mean, girls can too. But when it comes to little boys, they can be mean. They can be. So you gotta show them like a tougher side with the guys. So you gotta show them like
Mm-hmm.
don't. It's okay to cry. It's okay to cry. It's okay to to voice your opinion how you feel. But at the same time too, you got to be tough when you need to be tough. It's a difference.
Right.
It's knowing when to be tough and knowing when not to be tough.
Mm-hmm.
Knowing the difference.
So what do you think? Well, how I want to phrase this? Do you think there's a difference between a father and a dad?
Yeah, a dad is just like to me. I feel like a dad is just he there when he can. He do what he do with what he can, or he feel like he only can do so much. A father, they go above and beyond. They be there when that kid is sick, the kid is down, when the kid going through stuff. They teach them tough love. You
Mm-hmm.
know,
Mm-hmm.
any whatever the way that father sees fit, like it's showing them tough love and showing them reality. So it's when you
Mm-hmm.
like even for us like school, like I tell my son when you was when he always tell me he was like, Dad, somebody made me talk, and I tell him, can nobody make you talk? That's a choice. That's a choice. You know,
Mm-hmm.
when you're in class, you're there to learn. You're not there to talk to your friends.
Right.
Your friend talks to you, you don't have to respond. You get in trouble by responding. I said, you get in trouble by because the teacher always see the last person to do stuff. They don't see the first person. They always see the
Right.
last. So if y'all do something back and forth, if y'all hit back and forth, he hit you and you hit and you swing and hit him, she gonna see you first. She gonna see you last.
Right.
So you just gotta be, so you can't make excuses about what you're doing.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Do
And
you
I think,
think? Do you think in today's society that in the household that do you think that the relationship, the spiritual relationship, is important for fathers to have with their children?
yeah, I think having a spiritual relationship, having showing that side is important to both daughters and sons because a lot of men don't show that. They don't show that spiritual side. They don't show that side. So it's
Mm-hmm.
like once you show them that side, it's like letting your kids know that you're vulnerable and showing them, you have that tender, loving side. That
Mm-hmm.
spiritual side is important too. So it's like you gotta have that spiritual side because that's gonna keep your household together. When stuff hit the fan and you're going through, trials and tribulations, that spiritual side is gonna be important. And
Mm-hmm.
like, me and my son, we pray, and it's to the point now where we could be driving, going to school. He'd be like, Dad, we forget to pray. I'm like, okay, go ahead. So I let him do it. I let him do. I don't say no, you can't do this. Like, go ahead. Even when it's when we're going to bed or I'm going to work, I get him on that routine. So it's like now he used to doing it. So before we
Mm-hmm.
go to bed, driving, whatever, he'll do it.
Mm-hmm.
And he prays. He does good, and he's getting better at it. So I'm teaching him more on
Mm-hmm.
how to pray. So
Mm-hmm. Well, Arrdon, look, I appreciate you coming on with us today, sharing your experience as a father. I know there are many challenges. I appreciate the job that you are doing with your children and making sure that they stay grounded. And for the audience information, Arrdon is one of my sons, who I'm very proud of. He is in Cincinnati, Ohio, and he attends Grace Christian Fellowship um, International Ministries there with Dr. Bishop Daryl Brock and Gail Brock. I am so glad that you were able to bless us today with your words of wisdom and your insight of being a father. Thank you so much, everyone. Thank you for joining Kava Ministries, Voices of Our Fathers, a series. We appreciate all the support that you've given us. We have, I believe, two more fathers, and then the series will end. Look for some new changes with Kava Ministries. We'll be launching our website soon, and some other great, wonderful things that we're working on in ministry coming up for the new year. If this has been a blessing to you, Voices of Our Fathers, or any other classes or teachings that Kava Ministries has blessed you with, please donate. It does cost money to be able to operate a ministry. God blesses us in different ways, but continue to keep us lifted up in prayer. Please leave all your comments and thoughts. And thank you again for joining Kava Ministries, Voices of Our Fathers. Arrdon, thank you so much. Peace
thank you
and
for having
blessings.
me.